Jungkook leans back in his chair, tossing a pen in the air and catching it lazily. Across from him, Vine is buried in her notes, ignoring him like she always does when she's serious about studying. Jungkook, we could be doing something much more fun right now. Fine. Like failing exams? Jungkook grinned. Like making out in the back of the library. Vine, without looking up from her notes, said, go out, make out with your textbook. Maybe then you will actually learn something. Jungkook, I'd rather learn from you. You are much more interesting. She blushed a bit, although she tried hard not to, and then she finally glanced at him, and his heart did, and before he could drown in her eyes, she rolled them, looking away. Fine. If I kiss you, will you let me study? Jungkook finally smiled. He leaned closer and whispered, that depends. How long is the kiss? Fine. 1 second. Jungkook leaned back, his smile wearing off. Ha, not worth it. 5 seconds at least. Fine. 3. Take it or leave it. Before he could bargain for more, she leaned over, pressing her lips to his. It was brief, but his heartbeat slammed against his ribs, like she had just set him on fire. When she pulled away, he was staring at her like she'd just rewired his entire existence. Jungkook, I will take it. She shook her head with a laugh. If he could, he wanted to stay in this moment forever. Just when he was thinking this, Juan's phone buzzed. She looked at it. It was her father. Fine, I should get this, she said and got up from her chair. Jungkook, wait, I'll come with you, he said and followed her outside the library. She answered the phone while Jungkook looked at her with a smile on his face. But then he noticed her biting her lip as all color drained from her face. Vine lowered her phone down without even talking to her dad. Jungkook, what happened? Fine. He knows. He knows about us, Jungkook. His jaw tightened, but he tried to smile in front of her, to console her. Jungkook, it's okay, Vine. You said you were going to tell him about it today anyway. Fine. Yes. And and he's very angry. He told me to come home. Jungkook, okay, we will go together. Fine. No, Jungkook. I don't think you should come. He's very angry. He might do something to you. I'll calm him down, okay? He didn't want to admit it, but she was right. He swallowed and nodded. Jungkook, don't worry too much, okay? Call me once you're done talking to him. She nodded and ran away. Next day, Jungkook came to meet her father after he called. Fine and her father talked nothing yesterday. As soon as she came home, he took her phone and grounded her. She tried to talk to him, cried about it, but he didn't say a word. He only called Jungkook from her phone and asked him to come meet himself. Fine's father. I will keep this short. You're not to see my daughter again. Jungkook clenched his jaw without realizing. Why? Because I don't meet your standards? Jungkook was a boy who was quite unserious about his career, his life, or his future whatsoever. Obviously, because he had a rich dad, but her father wanted a man who is serious about his responsibilities, and more importantly, who can become heir of her father's business. And he certainly knew that, with Jungkook's spoiled upbringing, he could never become one. Fine's father. Because you're a boy who doesn't know what he wants in life. You waste time, you waste money, and you will waste her future. Jungkook chuckled. And what are you? Saying that it's best for your daughter helps you sleep at night, right? He took a step closer, staring in her father's eyes. In reality, you just want an heir who's best for you and your business, not for your daughter. Juan's father. You can think that if that's what helps you sleep at night. But my daughter, she will have an arranged marriage with someone who can give her a stable future. The words sliced through Jungkook like a blade. He stayed frozen, thinking about a dangerous decision, a risk that he might fail at and lose everything. Juan's father, seeing him frozen, walked past him, asking his men, "Get him out of here." Jungkook turned back to him and said, "If I become worthy enough to be your heir, will you let me be with her?" Juan's father chuckled, taking it as a joke. He turned back to say a counter joke, but as he looked into Jungkook's eyes, there was rage, hunger, and most of all, determination. He wasn't joking. Juan's father smiled. "You can try, but until you become worthy in my eyes, she would have belonged to someone else." Jungkook smiled. "Don't worry, I won't be late." His father chuckled and turned around again. Jungkook's eyes softened. "Can I can I meet her for the last time?" he asked with a vulnerable tone. Juan's father didn't even turn. He kept walking. A tear fell from his eye as he walked out of the mansion without even seeing her. But that added fuel to the fire that was raging in his heart. "I can do anything for you, Juan." He remembered how he said that to her one day. "Jungkook, please wait for me, Juan. I will prove what I said to you one day." Aftermath, Juan's father went into her room, where he locked her earlier so that she couldn't meet him. "Juan, where is he?" "Father, he's gone. He walked out of here like a kid dog, just like I told him to." Her breath caught in her throat. Her hands clenched into fists. She could feel her whole body shaking, anger crawling in her chest. "Why? Why are you doing this, Dad? You had no right." Juan's father. "I have every right. You are my daughter, and I won't let you throw your life away on someone who isn't worthy of you." Juan's voice broke. "He was everything to me." She wanted to scream, to fight, to run to Jungkook and stop him before it was too late, but she knew her father. He was ruthless, unwavering. If she went close to him now, he would have no other choice but to kill him. Fine whispered, "Did he did he ask to see me?" Her father's smirk returned, but he didn't answer. And in that silence she knew Jungkook wanted to see her. Obviously he would, and the thought made her eyes wet. "Fine, I hate you," she said as tears fell from her eyes. Her father didn't flinch, didn't react, just watched her as she stormed up the stairs, slamming her door shut behind her. To be continued.